Hey, it's Dr. Dawn, and guess what? It's Mystical Monday. It's 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we got a lot to talk about tonight. Tonight, we're going to do our 2024 year-end review. Yeah, we gotta wrap it up, wind it up, tie it up, and seal it up, and close it out so that we can get ready for 2025 to come on in, right? But before we do that, we're going to give time for you guys to come on into this chat, okay? So what we're going to do, you guys know how we do it. We count it down and give you time to get everything you need so that you can be ready to chat it up. I'll see you in 30. Hey, we are back. TikTok is on here with us. TikTok is on here live. We on YouTube live. We got two chats going on. Yay. Two forms of social media. We got to get as many people as we can here on Mystical Monday because we love to chat it up. We love to get the visibility that we need so that everybody can get this information as it relates to where you are in your spiritual journey. Okay. Look, I am Dr. Dawn. If this is your first time here, I am an intuitive guide and spiritual messenger. And so, what that means is I am the go between you and the spiritual realm. I'm the one in the middle relaying messages from spirit to you. And so, what happens is on Monday nights, I act as the go between the collective and spirit, giving you guys downloads and information that I receive either during the live or prior to. And then we share with each other our feelings, perspectives, and experiences, and we chat it up, right? That's what we do. That's what we do. And so one on one, I operate as the go between you and your spirit team. Okay. Now, I know this is a holiday week. Baby, people are out shopping. People are out getting what they need because we got Christmas on Wednesday. So I expect the audience to be a little smaller maybe tonight. Maybe on the live, but it's okay because the replay will be available for all of you to watch. So if you miss this, it's okay. If you got to leave, it's okay because it will be able to be seen on YouTube on my channel, Discovering Your Inner Light. Okay. TikTok, if you guys want to watch the replay, make sure you go to YouTube at Discovering Your Inner Light. Just look in your bio and it will give you my look in the bio. I'm sorry, and it will give you my information regarding my YouTube channel. All right. YouTube people, you're coming on in, you're coming on in, you're coming on in. I figured this was the time we need to wind it up. We need to wind it up because the year has gone by. We've had a lot of different topics and things that we've experienced over the years. And so I realized that it's been 2 years since Mystical Monday was has materialized. Yeah, it was materialized in 2022, actually. And so it's been 2 years. And these 2 years have gone by rather quickly. We're on the 110th episode. Yeah, 110, the 110th episode. It's been a long time coming, but we made it here. And so now that we're here, we're going to do a little bit of a year end review. Now, first, what I want to do, thank you. I appreciate the encouragement and the comments on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for the support. I think we need to go through kind of some of the topics and the things that we've talked about this year, because we've talked about quite a bit that has moved us along this trajectory. Okay. We've talked about creating new realities. We've talked about soul contracts. We've talked about communicating with your spirit team, breaking generational curses, soulless souls, which a lot of you wanted me to touch a little bit more on that, and I actually didn't get back around to that this year. But that was one of the things we talked about, but we didn't really talk about it in as much depth as we could have. We talked about what it's like to be a chosen one. Yeah, that term is getting spread like tremendously right now. I'm seeing it all over Instagram now. The chosen ones. Everybody's talking about chosen ones. What it looks like or feels like to be a chosen one, and everybody's kind of standing in it now. That's great. We talked about quantum jumping and astral traveling. Yeah, a lot of people are doing that more now. Everybody's starting to shift and get comfortable intentionally moving to the quantum realm to get information, insight, guidance, whatever it is we feel we need. We're feeling more attached and connected to the quantum realm. We talked about life after the solar eclipse. Yeah, because we had that solar eclipse, and a lot of things happened to me after that, which shifted me and put me on a different set of awareness and trajectory in terms of how I approached and came to you guys. We did a little shadow work on the YouTube channel. We did maybe 3 or 4 episodes where we did some shadow work because we got to throw that in and always remember we're always constantly moving out of our shadows and into the forefront of our new experiences and parts of our journey. We talked about receiving spiritual downloads. That word download is very common now. People say download just like they say conversation. It's the same kind of essence. Nobody feels uncomfortable or embarrassed. That's excellent. We talked about spiritual attacks. We talked about living the 5D life. Yeah. Yeah, most of us are moving in and out of it, but our awareness of it is significant enough to where we have an appreciation for it and a more of a connection to it. We talked about spiritual attacks. We talked about, or we had a message from the Council of Light. Yeah, for those of you who are just coming on, we are reviewing some of the things we kind of talked about in 2024 from the beginning to the end, how we have kind of evolved over this year. We talked about Pluto entering Aquarius. We just recently talked about that. And then we most recently talked about stopping repeated cycles. Yeah, we have covered quite a bit of topics that I feel have been very helpful and assistive in contributing to the energy of the collective and moving this grid forward. So everybody, y'all can give yourselves a hand because we have done our parts energetically in terms of our contributions. Now, all of those topics are not without merit because we also had special guests this year, right? We had Glamour Witch Alexis Nicole. Yeah, she came on and talked to us a little bit about Lilith, the goddess Lilith, and who she was and what she stood for, and kind of how we're in some of the divine feminine energy that goes with Lilith. We had Ascension expert Michael Hutchinson on here. He came on here. We kind of went through some of the topics that are in his book as it relates to him talking about all things ascension, honey, from the beginning to the end, including ascension symptoms, why we're ascending, how you know when you're ascending, all things ascension. We had multidimensional artist Caitlin Brown on here. Yeah, she came on here. She gets some tarot card readings for us. We spotlighted a little bit of her musical talent. She shared how her journey has impacted, how she has such a multifaceted and diverse life. We talked to Starseed, All is One. He came on and talked about his journey and talked about kind of how he is relating and adapting to this shift in our current reality. We had Astral Traveler King Cash on here, and he came on here and talked about some pointers on astral traveling and kind of what he does in the astral realm to assist us in this physical reality here from the astral realm. And then finally, we had Light Code Activator. I feel you, I am you. Baby, she came on here and gave me a couple of light code activations, which actually left me in tears, honey. Left me in tears this year because she's so powerful in her connection to source and bringing in those divine codes and sharing them with the collective. We've had an all-star list of guests this year, and I couldn't be more prouder. Couldn't be more prouder. This has been a year of just spectacular growth for this platform, this Mystical Monday platform. And I want to thank all of you for contributing to this platform. It's been good. Now that we got our gratitude out the way, we got our gratitude and our little bit of our review. Let's get into now where we want to go from here, from the rest of this year to the beginning of the next, okay? We know that we don't usually operate in time and time concepts, but we're going to ground ourselves in this earthly experience and we're going to connect to time as it relates to this planet ascension and how we are all evolving, all right? Because whether you all realize it or not, you are the new earth. You are the new earth and everything that comes with the new earth. So I want you guys to realize that you are continuing to shift timelines, okay? Away from the old earth, which consisted of war and darkness, and moving into the new earth, which consists of peace and knowledge, okay? Peace and knowledge. You guys are gaining significant knowledge daily, hourly, by the minute, by the second. You're constantly getting new knowledge based on activations and downloads that you are receiving that you signed up to receive during this time, okay? Now, on this new earth, you guys got to realize that we're vibrating now with open hearts and open minds. Whether you are feeling your way into it or aware of it, your heart is opening now more than ever before. I'm seeing such significant changes in people who are close to me as it relates to their heart center. They're getting much more connected to those around them and much more emotionally aware. I don't know if y'all seeing it, but I'm seeing it and experiencing it specifically with family members. I'm seeing it. This is the greatest consciousness shift, you guys, in human history. For those of you who are like me, who've incarnated on this planet multiple times, you've been through this earthly experience and been through the progression of the planet, you will realize this is the greatest consciousness shift. There's been nothing like that for the human being here on this planet. And so I want you guys to understand that the most important, not most, one of the important things that you can do right now is to understand and look at how you communicate with spirit or source or God, whatever your choice of preference is. Okay. You all are aware that you communicate through these divine spiritual gifts that we are all equipped with, that we all have in our Merkaba, which is our life force, and in our DNA activations. We have all of the gifts and abilities we need. They are just activated at the point of awareness when they are supposed to come forward. All right. And so when these gifts are activated, how you communicate with source, spirit, God is going to be specific and unique to you. We will all communicate differently. Understand that. You'll need to understand that you'll use your gifts and abilities, but how you use them is going to be totally unique and specific to you. I can't impress this upon you guys more. People seem to feel as if these gifts and abilities that we have to be used in what is considered um, a cookie cutter kind of way, meaning you have to use these abilities to do readings, or you have to use these abilities to do energy clearings, or you have to use these abilities to write and publish books, or you have to use these abilities to do yoga or meditative sequences, or you have, see, these are the areas I'm covering in the spirit, under the spiritual um, uh, mode. Wait a minute, you guys. I heard something. Hmm. Okay. These are the categories that we usually feel we have to like work under as it relates to our abilities. Not true. Not true. You guys understand those are some of the things, those are the popularized things. You can use these abilities in any way that is unique to you. I am meeting and communicating and interacting with people more who are using their gifts and abilities in ways that are not considered traditional spiritual ways. I got somebody who walks dogs and takes care of animals and is using their abilities not just to communicate with the animals, but to be able to communicate with the animals and their owners as it relates to their soul paths and why they're together and what living and being with the human in this current time of being means for the dog and the human. I mean, come on, we got people who communicate with animals, but look, how you do that is completely up to you. There are people who are designing jewelry now, not just crystals, but jewelry that is specific to not just the mineral elements that are compounded by the earth that mean certain things to us, but what that match up with your auric field, your energy and what you're here to do. Like people are becoming very creative in how they're using and tapping into their abilities and their connections to source. So I want you guys to understand that what you do is going to be unique to you. And no matter how minute it seems or how like not important it seems, it is very important because you came here to do all of the things that are required to evolve the planet, no matter how big or how small you think they are. Nothing is insignificant right now. Nothing is insignificant in the contributions that the collective is giving and providing as it relates to changing this quantum field and this grid that we're on right now, okay? So how you communicate with spirit will be your biggest tool and your biggest purpose right now. Everybody's always asking, what is my purpose? What am I purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? What is communicating with source, spirit, God? That's what you're supposed to be doing. That is your purpose right now. That is your purpose because within that purpose lies the blueprint. The blueprint for how you're going to carry on throughout this continued evolution of evolutionary cycle. Okay? That is your purpose, your sole purpose. It always has been. Always has been, but we want to make it a little more than that because it feels better, right? And it sounds better, okay? Some of you are facing your most devastating moments right now. Some of you are in it. You're in it because it's right before your quantum shift. Your quantum shift is right on your heels. And so now life is getting real devastating. It's getting to be a bit much. It's getting harder than it's ever been before, almost to the point where you feel as if you cannot participate in it anymore. We've talked about this before, but not to the magnitude of this. It feels more than heavy. It feels almost not doable, okay? Because you're experiencing breakups. You're experiencing business failures. You're experiencing deaths of loved ones. You're experiencing health issues. You're experiencing job losses. You're experiencing these things and you're saying, hey, what is happening? I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I am walking and vibrating at the highest frequency I feel that I can. I am in an awareness. I am setting an intention to share and spread love and light and to be my highest self. Why am I facing my most devastating moment at this time? Who is that? There's a lot of people who this applies to. The universe is bringing it all up, bringing up all this stuff in this gook that is trying to get you to let go of your old reality. You got to let go of your old reality and asking you. The universe is asking you very nicely, are you ready to get out of this now? Are you ready to get out of this? The universe is saying, if you're ready, I'm going to hold your hand through what you seem to believe are devastating moments. I'm going to hold you through it, and we're going to relive it this last time. And this last time, we're going to relive it with the awareness that I'm holding your hand. It's doable. You're going to get through it. You're going to release all of the emotional connection you have to it, and you're going to move on knowing that it's going to take this to come forth so you can create your new reality. I'm going to hold your hand though while you do it. This is what the universe is saying. It's saying, I got to do it one last time. Yeah, I know you've gone through it 8, 9, 10, 11 times. I know you have. But this is going to be the last time because I'm asking you, this is the universe pleading with you to please hold my hand and let me bring it up. Don't resist it. Don't fight it. Let me bring all this stuff. Let me let you lose your job. Let me let you break up with this person. Let me let you go through this operation that you go through. Let me let you let me let you experience this death of this loved one. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it and let's remove it and let's go on from it. This is what the universe is saying to all of you right now. It's saying it, it's burying it subconsciously, and it's burying it within you energetically. The universe is letting you know that it's here now. It's here. It always has been, but now it's calling your attention directly to it. You guys are in the age of Aquarius. You're in a totally new timeline and shift. And so now it's going to require that you totally shift in a way where you know that you have universal support, meaning support from the universe. In the past, you've tried to do it by yourself. You've tried to do it through ways that your ego mind guided you to do some things. You said, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get the crystals. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do meditation. You went through all the things that your spiritual self has been exposed to over your journey, and you just start using them. You start using them in the best way that you thought they should be used to assist you with clearing out the gook. You tried. You did it in a way that was more egoic, based on the frequency where you were aligned and your understanding at that moment of what you needed to do. Your understanding should be shifting right now. The frequency it has shifted. So now bringing up this gook looks and feels different and requires something different from you. Something different from you, which you're now more able, willing, and more in agreement to do. Because let's just face it, most of us are tired of it. You're tired of the cycles. You're tired of doing it the same way you've been doing it. Luna Goddess over here on TikTok says, I've been remembering old traumas out of nowhere. I had pushed these things to the back of my mind. Yeah, it can no longer be in the back of your mind. It cannot. Let them come up, you guys. You guys are thinking about people that you haven't seen or talked to in a while. Let it come up and see what it's telling you. Okay? You guys are getting information externally and internally regarding your health. You're getting red flags. Do something now. Do something now. It doesn't have to be big, but do something. You guys are starting to distance yourself from people that you know no longer serve you. Make the distance a little bit further. Spread it out a little more because you ain't moving far enough. Okay? And you guys are in the process of holding on to businesses because you say it's going to change if I just keep meditating and I just keep asking spirit for guidance. It's going to turn around. It's going to get better. I don't care if it's been 5 years and I've seen no forward movement. I don't care if things are falling down around. I'm going to stay in it. I'm going to stay. This is what you're telling yourself. And spirit is giving you, the universe is giving you guidance, giving you signs. It's time to move forward. It's time to do it a little differently. Let's close it out. Start moving in the cycle of closing it out, bringing things to a different place, shifting the business in some way, because you are being given the universal assistance right now. You're in the new earth. You're on the new earth. You're in the new earth era, okay? In this new earth era, you have to let your fear be your focus. Every example that I just gave you is fear driven. These are things you're afraid of. You have to give your fear your attention and your focus right now. See, I know from my personal experience, things I fear, I don't really think about. I don't give a lot of energy or time to it because I don't want it to manifest, right? Because that's what we do. We don't want to give a lot of time or energy to things that we don't want to create because that's our conditioning and our programming, right? Do not give attention to those things that you don't want in your reality. Everybody knows that. Everybody says that as it relates to manifesting, right? However, there's another side to that. You have to come into an awareness and connect to the fears to see and understand why they're fears and why they keep lingering. You do have to give it that much attention so that you can start the process of clearing and eliminating. You have to do that. About 3 days ago, I got a pad and a pen out and I wrote down all the things I fear, all the things I'm afraid of right now, or all the things, and I don't use fear, but I say all the things that I don't want to see happen. I don't even say fear. I just say things I don't want to see happen in my life. I wrote them down. So then I asked myself, why don't you want that to happen? Why don't you want that one to happen? And then I said it out loud why I didn't want it to happen. Then I'm like, well, if it does, what will happen to you? That was my other question. If this happens, this happens, this happens, what's going to happen to you? Why is that going to happen to you? Are you going to allow that to happen to you? What in you will allow you to entertain those things happening to you? So it takes you down a rabbit hole when you start looking at those things that you fear and breaking down why you fear them and what would happen to you if they did happen and how would it make you feel. That like that will take you down, and you, before you know it, you'll get to the end and then you don't even care if they happen or not because you realize it's insignificant. It's really insignificant, and it's just one more thing that you've created that causes and allows you to be or to hold on to your old timeline. That's what I should say. To hold on to your old timeline. Okay? Because you're constantly moving towards that quantum shift every moment of your day. You guys know you're shifting it every second, every moment, back, forth, up, down, all around. You just are. You just are. Okay? Let me give you guys some frequency shift hacks. I call them hacks. So like, and you guys may see on my social media, I've started doing some of this stuff lately. So if you're sad, get into gratitude. Start to think about things that you're thankful for, right? We always do that. We know that one. That one's pretty easy. If you're angry, y'all start singing. Just sing. Whatever you want to. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. You can't stay angry. Do you know when you sing, you can't stay angry? I bet y'all say, Dawn, but you could sing and be angry, but you won't stay angry. Try it. Frequency shift hack. Okay. If you are overthinking, thinking about something over and over again. Sometimes I'll say something and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I should have said it like this. Why did I say it like that? And you overthink how you did something, why you do something. Right. Just start writing. Right. And when I do that, I write down, I say, Dawn, you're doing too much. Girl, go somewhere and sit down. It's not that serious. I just start writing. And all of that overthinking shifts goes right out the window. Right out the window. If you're feeling anxious, take some deep breaths. Y'all sit down, deep breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. All it means is that anxiousness just means your chakras are all twisted and tangled up energetically. They just need you to breathe in, breathe out, untangle them, align them, and put them steady at peace. That's all it is. So if you get anxious, take some deep breaths. Frequency shift hack. If you're feeling stressed, exercise or dance. Get up. Y'all saw me last week. Baby, I went to TikTok, did that duet. Honey, I was going to do my little dance. Honey, yes, because I wasn't stressed, but in that moment I was a little bored. So if I'm bored, boredom will lead to stress, y'all. You know that? Because if you bored, you'll be start thinking about, why am I not doing this? I could be doing this, and why it'll lead to stress. So you know what? I get up. You exercise or you dance. You exercise or you dance. Frequency shift hack. If you feeling lazy, baby, you dragging, you tired, you want to lay in the bed all day, get up and take a cold shower. Get up, get in that shower, let that water hit you. Frequency shift immediately. Immediately will shift your frequency. If you are impatient, you say, "Oh, why this not happening? Oh, they taking too long. Oh, this, that. Y'all know how y'all get when y'all impatient. Y'all know. Reflect on the progress that you've made. Whatever you're impatient about, or you waiting on, or you can't, it's not happening fast enough. Reflect on the progress that has been made. Frequency shift hack. These are things that shift your frequency immediately in the moment. Now, I'm not downing meditations, yoga, energy clean. I'm not down that. You can do that as well. But Dr. Dawn is into immediate. I need an immediate frequency shift. I need something that's gonna shift it right now. Right now. That's that Aries in me. That's that Aries. Aries want it now. We don't wait. We don't wait for nothing. So we figure out ways to make it happen immediately at this present moment. So I'm sharing with you guys some of the hacks that I've learned and used that shift my frequency immediately. I want y'all to try them. Try them. I should have told y'all to get a paper and a pen, write it down so y'all can remember. But that's okay. You can just rewind this. Okay? And write these hacks down so that when you find yourself in these positions where you feel like you need an immediate frequency shift and you ain't got time to sit down, cross your legs, get in lotus pose, connect, do your mantra, come on, get in it. You angry, start singing. Like I told y'all, old McDonald had a farm. He had that farm all day long. Keep it going. Keep it going. Get the energy moving and clearing. Get it moving and clearing. I use angry over and over because we get mad more than we do anything, right? Don't we get mad a lot? Yeah, I don't think I get mad no more because I think I can shift it real fast. No, let me take that back. Is mad and pissed off the same thing? Is that synonymous? Because I think I get pissed off. That's the same thing as mad. Okay, I do get mad, y'all. Okay, I do. But I can shift it. I can shift it. I can. And sometimes I'll just smile. Y'all see me, I'll smile right before I read you. A little bit. I read you a little bit, y'all. And then I shift a little bit, but then I got to sing in my head because sometimes you can't just sing all out loud, but you got to sing it in your head. Y'all do what y'all got to do. It works for me. It works for me. It works for me. All right. Y'all coming on through. Oh, McDonald. She says, oh man, that's tough learning to be okay to lose a child. I don't know what that means. I didn't say anything about losing a child, but okay. All right. So if we understand these frequency shift hacks, if we understand how to shift these frequencies in the moment, y'all got to one up. Y'all got some more power. You have enhanced your superpower. And remember, what do we say one of your main purposes is? How to create and communicate and connect very uniquely with source, aka God, aka spirit. Okay, how you do that is unique to you. You guys should be in communication now with the spiritual realm. If you're not doing it all day every day, you should be doing it sometimes. You should. And I'm not talking about at nighttime before you go to bed. It should be all day. It should be all day, you guys, all day. You should be connecting to the spiritual realm because your spirit body is becoming more illuminated, more frequency driven and aligned, and that your telepathic abilities to communicate beyond this reality should be getting a little more heightened. They should be getting a little more heightened. Some of you are doing it, but you're not realizing it because you're chalking it up to you talking to yourself. You're saying it's your voice, you're talking to your own self in your head, when actually it's your spirit self, your higher self, communicating and not only talking to yourself but to the higher realms. Okay, I want to give you guys some things to remember. We are evolving at a much faster pace, much faster pace than times past. We are being urged to expand our energetic and emotional capacity to adapt to the changes ahead. So I mentioned to you guys earlier, I said, now people are becoming more emotionally responsive, be it in a positive way or a quote unquote negative way, or negative or lower vibrational way. You guys are probably noticing sometimes people are a little more understanding, or people are starting to look more into why people are the way they are or do the things that they do, because we are expanding our emotional capacity, because we're adapting, right, to the changes that are happening on the planet. Pluto, you guys know we talked about Pluto in a couple of videos back. Pluto is guiding us towards soul evolution. Yeah, everybody's soul is evolving at whatever pace that it takes to evolve you to where you need to be for your particular um, soul path. Okay, we are aligning with the agreement that our souls made for this era of growth. All of you, all of you have soul agreement contracts in place. All of you, everybody has one. You guys often ask me, well, I don't know my agreement. I'm not sure what it is. You don't have to know. Just follow your intuitive guidance that you are experiencing right now in this moment. That could be moving and flowing in terms of those things that are happening in your life that appear devastating, that are bringing up for clearing. Okay, that's part of your soul's contract and things that you're supposed to do. And then taking those steps and leaps forward when you're being guided to do things that are uncomfortable and not characteristic for you. All you have to do and know is that you're following the soul's blueprint and path and contract that you have. Okay. So, this transit that's taking place is bringing life altering shifts in every area of our lives. I told you earlier, I went through most of the areas, health and career and relationships. We know that every area of your life is being shifted. Every area. In times past, it would probably be one or two in particular that were being affected or had the most attention placed on. Now it's everything. It's all of the areas in your life. Everything is being altered. Okay. Because it has to be, because you no longer, that older version of you is no longer here. I don't know if you guys realize it, that your older version is no longer here. Um, let's see. Luna Goddess on TikTok says, is it normal to lose things that were connected to old self when you're about to jump timelines? It's not only normal, but it's expected, because it's difficult to jump timelines dragging and bringing old baggage with you that's connected to your old self into your new timeline reality. Okay. So it's always going to cause you to come into an awareness so you can let go, lose, and lighten the load so you can get to the next part of the timeline a little bit lighter and a little bit brighter in frequency. And so that's the point of letting go of the old self. Okay. All right. Now, you all are being invited. You're being invited to rise above the old paradigms, and start to step into a future, if you will, a future that is rooted in progress. The entire collective is going to be progressing. We're all going to be achieving personal empowerment now. Before, empowerment was broken off into subsets. We had women's empowerment, and then there was racial equality, and then it's always these separate kind of things, these little separate little paradigms that we experience collectively, but no, now it's everybody. We're all moving towards personal empowerment and the courage to evolve and get in alignment with our highest path. That's because our higher selves are coming to the forefront of our awareness and kind of leading the way. So self-empowerment, self and personal empowerment is across the board now. Okay? No matter what subgroup, if you will, um, is being discussed or lived in your reality. Okay? So understand, you guys understand these things. I want you to remember these things because as we move into 2025, as 2025 is coming through, it's going to bring all of these concepts with it, but there's a lot of new stuff coming because you got to realize if we're on a new timeline and we have let go of our old versions of ourselves, then on this new timeline, you guys, it can't be the same experiences as the old timeline. So what's going to look different? Everything. Political structure, financial structure, educational structure, our health structure, both as our healthcare system and our physical bodies. We're getting more and more information now on social media in terms of how to treat these bodies. If you guys don't use social media for anything, I want you guys to use it for the information that is shared as it relates to this new awareness that we're stepping into regarding our bodies and some of the natural elements that we're being exposed to now to help this avatar function in its light body form. We're not in our totally in our light bodies, but we're evolving towards it. And as we're evolving on each timeline, you guys keep getting exposed to more hidden information that we didn't know because we was on that old one that we know now that you're being asked to really key into at this time. Tap into it, key into it. And if you question it, take the steps and follow the guidance that your guides give to you to direct you towards the answers that you seek that'll help you with these avatars. Baby, I can't tell y'all. I can't tell y'all how much of my days now are spent researching and connecting to divine guidance and information related to how to keep this body, this physical body, functioning and moving accordingly that aligns with my continued evolution because we can't do it the way we did it before by just going through the cycles of you get older, you get to a certain age, you start to decline, you should expect this, you'll have that, and then you'll die. We can't do that no more. We can't do that. Now we have to be in an awareness and a point where we say, oh, 50 is the new 30. 100 is the new 60. Like we are in an expectation now that we're going to live longer. You should, if you're on this new timeline, you should be saying, I'm going to live longer. Universe, guide me and direct me to show me what it takes to make this happen, to make this my reality. And the universe shall do it because you are programmed to basically speak what you need and it shall be shown to you. That's part of your program. Okay? So once you tap into that and you accept that and you believe and embrace that, you will see not just the synchronistic evidence of it, but you will tap more into your divine inner self and hear the information and see it clairvoyantly or in some other way with your clairs that will support the information you're seeking. Okay? All right. Questions so far? 2025 is going to be a year that is very different from what we've seen. It's almost like the previous years were kind of getting us fine tuned, if you will, getting us fine tuned for this year. This year is going to feel like it's going to feel like a quantum jump. You're going to really be able to tell. You're going to really be on like moving and shaking mode, moving and shaking mode. And it's okay. It's okay. Just don't be in fear mode or in, oh, I need to wait for this confirmation, that confirmation, and you waiting for months and years before you start to make an attempt at some of the things that are being brought to you now for your experience. Because you have to understand, you guys are energetic beings. You are going to be pulling in things into your current experience that are aligning with where your soul contract currently is. Do you guys understand that your soul contract is communicating with your higher self? And let's give an example. It's saying, okay, now Dawn, me, is at the point on her soul contract where, okay, she's been doing real well, speaking with the collective on social media, on different platforms. She's at the point now where she's supposed to be moving towards more interpersonal connection. She's going to be moving towards more in person things, being more visibly present to the collective. Okay. Because the energetic exchange that she's been doing over these social media airwaves will now be received physically in the current in the reality where it is face to face. That may be what my soul's contract says. So then what happens? Then I start to attract and pull into my energy field things that align with where I am on my soul contract. So things that happen to you guys in 2025, don't question whether, oh, I'm off track. Or you can't get off track. You're always going to pull in the things that are aligned and connected with where you are in your soul contract. You cannot help but do that energetically. Energetically, you're tied to the contract. So those things are always going to show themselves to you when you are moving forward on your path. Let's see. Kiki says, what are some things that you're looking forward to next year, Dr. Dawn? Are there any insights you can share with us from Spirit and Source? If you're looking for insights as it relates to things that are going to happen on the planet, no new information to share. The information that has been given to me from Spirit is more directly related to the human being individually. Not so much on what's going to happen on the collective. We're going to see shifts or ships, or we're going to see changes in the weather. Like none of that. I'm not getting information from Spirit as it relates to that. Spirit is saying it's time for everyone to get individually connected to their inner being, inner self, and inner awareness, because how they communicate with us, meaning the universe, source, God, Spirit, is going to be unique to that person's characteristics and personality that fit the communication that they're getting and receiving from us. So stress to the collective, Dawn, that next year is the year of individual connection and movement. We've been focusing up until now on collective information. What's going to happen on the planet next? And what is coming through the pipeline, with since the planets are changing and moving and shifting, and how it's going to affect everybody collectively. But we got to get into now individual cycles, awareness, soul contracts, communications with the spiritual realm, and awareness. That's what we got to get into in 2025. That's what I want to share with you from Spirit and Source, because that's what's going to be happening next year. Everybody's going to be keying into self. That has not been That has not been the trend so far. We've been keying in on what's going to happen to the collective and distracting ourselves from ourself. That's what we've been doing. So we're going to get into ourselves in 2025. Yeah. Haley says, is being stuck in cycles still part of the contract too? Your contract doesn't say you're going to be stuck in a cycle. That's not what the contract says. Your contract says this person will experience this for the purposes of being able to advance their soul to this. So let's just say, I'm going to use myself. I was stuck in a cycle of deaths, experiencing deaths of people close to me. I was in that cycle until I came into an awareness at an aha moment. Ah, this is happening to me because of what I'm here to do. I can hear and communicate with the spiritual realm. These deaths were a reminder to get me to do that. Oh, I got it. So then I broke that cycle. No deaths of close, oh, knock on wood. No deaths of family members close to me because the cycle is broken. So your contract doesn't say repeat this cycle, repeat this cycle, repeat this cycle. It says, no, this is going to happen to trigger the awareness of this person so that they can move forward to this. And so you make the repeated cycle. We do here by not catching on to the clues and cues that we set up to be put in place to remind us of what's coming next. We create the repeated cycles, not the contract. The contract just has the goal. Yeah. So that was a good question. I hope that explained that perfectly. That was an excellent question. Um okay, what you guys doing over there on TikTok? Okay. No questions over there. Um Oh, okay. She says, I know there are a lot of people stuck in bad relationship cycles, and I never know if it's their contract or if they push need to push out. Your contract never says stay with somebody over and over and over and over. Receive, don't align, be unhappy. The contract doesn't say that. You say that when you don't honor what the contract is trying to attempt to show you to advance your soul. There is no repeated anything in a contract. A contract will never say, oh, this person will keep doing this over and over and over and over and over again. No, it doesn't say that. No, it says what the goal is, and you keep repeating it over and over and over again because you can't get it. All right. Okay. Questions, you guys. We're coming up on our hour mark. I want to thank you. Look, TikTok is filling up. You guys are coming in over there. Come on, YouTube. Any more questions? Come on, chat. Let's chat it up. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you as we end this 2024 cycle. We have been moving, shifting, growing, knowing that things are happening a little bit differently and things are being shown to us collectively. But I want to make sure that everyone kind of feels comfortable in where we are now, or where they are now in their journey. In their journey. Because remember what I told you guys, a lot of you right now are experiencing the most devastating moments of your human existence in this lifetime. Most devastating. And it's to be expected. It's to be expected. And it's okay. And it's in alignment. You're not off track and you're not doing anything wrong. You're directly in alignment with where you are right before you quantum shift and quantum jump on this new timeline. Now, because we are moving on a new timeline, Mystical Monday, this has been on, like I said in the beginning, for 2 years. It's been on for 2 years now. I've done it in this format. We've done it live with the chat, with guests that come on periodically. But I'm going to do it a little differently after this because I'm on a new timeline and I'm being guided to do it a little differently in 2025. So wait a minute. Before I get back to that, let me get to some of these comments. Kiki says, I appreciate all the confirmation you're giving. I've gotten similar messages, but my human self loves to complicate the simple. Absolutely. That's how we're designed. We're designed to complicate the simple and question it and keep ourselves in a state of constant wonder and create stagnancy. Hutch says even the so-called Christmas energy is much different this year for the collective. Absolutely. There is no, I mean, Christmas, I went to the mall and that was a joke. There was nobody cares about Santa Claus anymore. Kids don't know nothing about that. Santa wasn't even there. I mean, I think it was like he left. It wasn't even a line or anything. There was no Christmas ambiance of the music and the hustle and bustle. No, none of that. We're different now. We're on a different timeline. So those things aren't even connected. They're part of the old parts of us. So yeah, absolutely. I agree. Okay, and as I was saying, you guys, when we come back in 2025, I'm going to be doing this maybe a little different. Mystical Monday. It's been great, this format, coming live and talking to you guys about concepts. But I think I want to do something a little different because now you can tell when you align because things don't feel the same anymore. They feel differently. And when they feel differently, that means you have to shift differently and respond accordingly. So, this is the last Mystical Monday for 2024. You guys look for me to return in 2025. At some point in 2025, I shall be back. Make sure you continue to follow me on YouTube so you'll know that. I'm not saying there won't be programming in the interim until Mystical Monday returns, but it will definitely return and possibly be very different. Okay. Just to give you guys a heads up. Okay. Hutch says religion will have a huge transformation in 2025. Yes, it will. We can see that coming down the pipeline. We won't be surprised because it can't be the same because this is a different timeline. I want you guys to always keep in mind when you see things differently in the mass media or you experience things differently in your own personal life, always tell yourself it has to be different now because I'm on a different timeline. Nothing can be the same. So, my message to you guys for 2025 is to expect every single thing to be different that you encounter in your personal life and in the collective. And if it's not different, question where you are on your timeline in that moment. There's some words I want to read to you guys that I want you to keep or write these words down because I want them to guide you in this coming year, okay? The words are surrender and trust. Y'all write these down and look at them every day because they're going to be reminders for your soul. For your soul. Surrender and trust is the first. Next, I want you to write down divine alignment. Divine alignment. Say these words to your soul daily. Soul evolution. Write it down. Next, I want you to write magic unfolding. Yeah, because it's going to be a whole lot of magic in 2025, a whole lot of unexplainable things that happen to you personally. Forget the collective. We talking about you personally. Okay. Next, I want you to write down accelerated growth. Accelerated growth. Yeah, it's coming to you in 2025. Quickly, quickly. And last but not least, personal empowerment. Y'all getting ready to be so powerful, you ain't gonna be able to stand yourself. You ain't gonna be able to stand yourself. Because with all of the things that I told you, surrendering and trusting, soul evolution, watching magic unfold, being divinely aligned, you can't help but be empowered. Do y'all see that? You can't help. Personal empowerment is inevitable when all those things happen. So I want you to look at all those things, YouTube and TikTok. You look at all those words and phrases that I just gave you when 2025 hits, And just know that's your personal connection and message from your higher self, communicating with your soul to remind you and assist you as you navigate during 2025. I guarantee it. Remember the hacks. You guys remember those frequency and spirit hacks? Y'all want me to go through them real quick? I'll go through them one more time real quick because I didn't tell you guys to write them down. And somebody on one of these said, oh, I wish I would have known I wrote it down. Okay. Remember, when you get angry, start singing. These are things that will shift your frequency immediately. We're going to hack your frequency and shift your energy immediately without having to meditate, do yoga, do all that. We're not saying we don't want you to do it, but we're saying if you need immediate frequency shift, here are some hacks. All right, when you're angry, sing. When you feel burnt out, start walking. If you burned out, go walk. Just walk. If you feel like you're overthinking, start writing. Just write. If you're thinking, write down what you're thinking and then say, why am I thinking this? And then write yourself right on out of that overthinking. If you're feeling anxious, just breathe. Just breathe. Take deep breaths and realign your chakras and get everything balanced, and you'll be good to go. If you're feeling stressed, exercise, do something. Even if you have to do jumping jacks in place, just do some type of energetic movement. Exercise or dance, baby. Get y'all on TikTok and do a duet. Do some of them dances, but remove the stress. If you're feeling lazy, take a cold shower. Get in there. Get in there. Activate and open those DNA. Get them moving and shaking. You won't be lazy for long. That cold shower will get things moving energetically. And if you're sad, express gratitude. Don't be sad for long. Think of all that you are grateful for in that moment. And then finally, if you're feeling impatient, reflect on the progress that you have made because you've made progress. And so, whatever you're impatient about in that moment, there's some progress that is connected with that situation that you're feeling impatient about. Okay. Last but not least, let me close this out with some announcements. You guys, I told you guys 2025 is the year of you doing your individual growth, not focusing so much on the collective, not focusing so much on what's going to happen with politics and the health system and don't it's on you. It's focusing on you. And so I am in alignment with that goal and with that awareness for the collective. I am offering 2 classes that are starting in January. The first class, you guys, is intuitive guidance. That class begins January 5th. Let's tap into, get you aware and connected to your intuition. That class starts January 5th and it's 3 class periods. You guys go to my website at discoveringyourinnerlight.com. Read the description. Make sure you use the promo code INTUITION, all caps, INTUITION, intuition, for the intuitive guidance class, step 1. Let's get you connected. The next class that is offered in step 2, offered and starts on January 12th. It's the psychic development class. Now, in this class, you're aware of your intuition, but now you want to tap into and activate your psychic gifts because it's time for you to start keying into and tapping into the awareness of the information of not just information from source, but from the people, beings, and things around you in this reality as well as the spiritual realm. Go to my website at discoveringyourinnerlight.com. Make sure you click on the classes and look at step 2, psychic development class. Use the promo code psychic, PSYCHIC, all caps on psychic for this class and all caps on intuition for the first class. You guys, both classes have 2 spots available. 2 spots. I keep my classes small and intimate on purpose. I don't need big classes. I need to be able to reach out and touch you, be close and intimate with you, and really get to helping you to activate and get you in a place where you feel more aligned and comfortable with communicating with spirit, because that's what we're getting ready to do. You're getting ready to be able to communicate with spirit with more comfort, more ease, and more certainty in the information and messages that you're getting. Okay, so make sure you go and look into that information. Okay, um thank you. Peter put the words back up. He says, look, let's get into these words again. I love it. Divinely aligned, soul evolution, personal growth, personal empowerment, accelerated growth. Y'all right? Those are y'all words for 2025. Get it on the t-shirt, y'all. Put them words on the t-shirt. Put them, get them, because those words are going to empower you. And just so you know, they are little hacks for your soul. When you say those words, you're literally telling your soul, connect, align, and you open yourself up to downloads in that moment. So use those key words and phrases in the moments that you feel you need them to open yourself up for downloads. I gave y'all a little hack. Because, see, you know how there are certain buzzwords that stick out, that you use in the algorithm on social media. You know, certain words, you put the hashtag, you'll get a lot of people look at it. Same thing with your soul. Same thing with your soul, baby. It's an algorithm. It's an algorithm. And it's certain words that get you more frequency, if you will, more, your antenna gets more information sent to it, and you can get more clear downloads. So use them words, use those words that I gave you guys. Okay. All right. Any more questions? I'm going to let you guys go for 2024, and we're going to hit it. We'll hit it in 2025 at some point. Y'all just be on the lookout. You have been great, YouTube. Appreciate you, chat. Love you lots. TikTok, thank y'all for hanging in there with me now. It's new over there to y'all, coming over here for Mystical Monday. And I appreciate those of you who have come back week after week. Thank you so much. I should have been including you guys for the whole time. Who knew, right? Who knew I could do both at the same time? All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. If you're watching the replay, please make sure you comment and ask questions below. I love to hear from you guys because I will respond. If you have not liked this video yet, if you have not liked it, please like it on YouTube. And I think you can do it over there on TikTok. Y'all do y'all thing too. Like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We want to get these numbers up so we can increase the visibility and get these messages out to the collective who needs to hear it. Okay. You are so welcome. Thank you guys for coming. You guys are thanking me. I want to thank you for all that you do in supporting me. Thank you so much. You guys make sure you get over there to their website, discoveringyourinnerlight.com. And until next time, you guys make sure you follow me on Instagram because I may go live over there pretty soon. All right. Okay. See you guys later. Good night.